everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different. As you can see, I'm not in the same part of my room that I usually am. That's because we're yapping today, so I wanted to sit down. I'm not trying to stand for all of this video. So basically what this video is like fashion advice, like where to find inspiration, how to go about like buying pieces that you'll actually wear and enjoy, and like some of my personal things that I really like in fashion. And I guess some like hot takes too, like unpopular opinions, I don't know. So let's get into it. Normally I'd have a transition here, but this is yapping, so I just have to deal with it. So my first advice is don't limit yourself, and I mean a few things when I say this. So one of the first things I mean is don't limit yourself by like a specific style, you know, like I think what comes to mind is like certain subcultures, like alternative subcultures. It's good to like find a place where you fit in, but I feel like you shouldn't limit yourself to just that. You can take things that you like from different styles. That's kind of what I do. Like, I don't really have a specific style. I take things that I like and I incorporate it into my own style. I think that's kind of the idea of like personal style. And then also to not limit yourself with like gender norms. I know it's become like less, I don't want to say less talked about, less like weird for guys to like wear makeup, paint their nails and stuff, but there's some parts of the internet that are still weird about that, and I think that's kind of stupid, because like fashion is about like expressing yourself and like what you like and how you feel, and I feel like for stuff like that you really shouldn't limit yourself based on like silly ideas. So that's what I have to say about that. If I keep looking down, it's because I have notes. I'm sorry. And then my next advice, I just wrote look at things. What I mean by that is like there's so many things around us that can give us inspiration for like art and fashion and stuff. Like I think one of my favorite examples is you can take like fantasy elements and like whimsical things. Like I'll put some pictures on, but like chainmail and like taking influence from like planets and stars and stuff like that. I think that's really beautiful. And again, it's all about if it like resonates with you. So it's up to you what you want to take influence from, you know? Like for me personally, I take a lot of influence from like designers, like runways and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then I take the elements that I like and just like them from afar or incorporate them into my own style. Kind of depends, because, you know, not everyone can afford designer pieces, myself included. I have one Vivienne Westwood necklace, and it was not that expensive because it was secondhand. So, anyway, back to the taking influence from anywhere. Designers do this too. Like, they have collections inspired by various things. Like, I think, would this really be a video for me if I didn't yap about Vivienne Westwood? But I think Vivienne Westwood, one of her first collections was like inspired by like pirates and stuff. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. And so I feel like if the people who are creating, like the most popular people who are creating beautiful designs, they get their inspiration from like many different things, I think that's like something we should also do. And then, yeah, so that's my talk about designers. I'll put the pictures up here. Then my next thing that I have to say is kind of a hot take, I don't know. It's that people talk about like basics a lot in your wardrobe, like a white tank top or something. And I think that it's good to have basics, but your wardrobe doesn't need to be all basics, if that makes sense. Like my wardrobe, I have a lot of like, or at least I used to have a lot of like plain things. And when I say plain, I mean like a plain white tank top, plain black tank top. And those stuff is, like, it's easy to style, but it's just not that interesting. And you know me, I like to have things interesting. And so I have a little story actually. So I had a white tank top that I've thrifted like this summer or last summer. It's just a basic white tank top, but I was getting a little bored of it. And I save things on Pinterest that I like to like DIY myself. And I saw this like spray painted the Vivienne Westwood orb, and I was like, well, holy cow, I want to do that on something of mine. But I was like, well, I don't really have anything to do that with. And I guess my whole like what was holding me back from doing this in the first place was, oh, well, it's my only plain white tank top. What if I need a plain white tank top? I haven't regretted my decision, and I did this like a few weeks ago. I know maybe I will in the future, but I don't know, because I really like it better, and I'll show you guys in a second, but I like it better now, even if it's like not a basic anymore. I feel like I put it with more things now that it's like more interesting, so I'll show it. This is what it looks like. It actually is it looks a little rough, but I really do like the way it turned out. It's one of my favorite shirts. So yeah, you don't need to have all basics. Obviously, know when you can wear your clothes. I feel like that's a problem too, is people, and I myself included, I'm guilty of this. They will like buy clothes and they're like, oh my god, this is so cool and so crazy. And then they'll have it in their closet and then they're like, well, this is too crazy, I can't wear this anywhere. Or like, oh no, I don't have an occasion to wear this super fancy dress to. Like, know when to wear your clothes, but you don't have to have like all basics and all like plain white t-shirt, plain black t-shirt, plain white whatever, you know? I think I've said enough about that one. On to the next one. So my next I guess it's kind of a like tip. So I actually downloaded this app a little while ago. It's called Index. I'll put like a picture of it or something on the screen. It is like the best download I've ever made in my life. I'm serious. This isn't sponsored, but it's really good. I'll show a few screenshots in a bit, but basically you upload like a picture of your clothes, and then like your clothes, you can do jewelry, shoes, blah blah blah, and you upload pictures of them, and then you can make outfits with them so you don't have to like do it in real life. I mean, sometimes things will look better in real life when you pair it together, but I feel like it just makes things so much easier. And so then you have like a documentation of the outfits. It took a while for me to get it set up because I had to take pictures of all my clothes and accessories and stuff. But in the end, it's helped me so much, like pre-planning outfits and like documenting like, oh, this is the outfit I'm going to wear for this event. Like if I hang out with a friend, I'll probably pre-plan my outfit on Index. So I'll put a few pictures of the app on here, and then I'll be putting a few more pictures later. And then another tip, I guess, this is a like buying tip. I think at the beginning of the video I mentioned like that I'd talk about how to buy things that you'll actually like. And when I say this, I mean like for me personally, I have a lot of things that I like. I'm not gonna buy everything that I like though. I have to ask myself a few questions before I like buy something. So the questions is, when will I wear this? What do I already have that I can wear with it? How many outfits will I be able to make with it? How often will I wear it? And then I think very important, when you buy something, you should ask yourself like what it is about it that you like. And don't say the price, because I know sometimes that is what convinces people. They're like, well, it's only $5 or whatever. You still don't need it if you're not gonna wear it, you know? And I'm not saying I haven't done that, but I've gotten way better about it, because now when I buy things, I try to make sure it's something that I answered all those questions and that I've wanted for a while. Like, I'm sure everyone has like a wish list, whether that's like fashion, like clothes, or general wish list stuff. But for me, I kind of have a fashion wish list of things that I've like wanted for a while. I really think it would improve my like fashion game, I don't know. And I'll show you a few of those things. And these pieces, sometimes you'll just like happen upon them in a thrift store, and sometimes you have to go searching for them. So I'll give you a few examples. So this red plaid mini skirt, it's from, hold on, I'm trying to find the tag. It's from Royal Bones. It's so cool. But I've wanted one of these like pleated plaid mini skirts, specifically in red, because I feel like I can put it with lots of things. And so I searched around on like secondhand websites online, found this one. It's a little big for me, but I make it work. But I bought it because I had been wanting it for a while, and I'll show some pictures from me styling it on Index, because I have so many outfits that I've made with this skirt now. So this is like one of my, like, I don't know, least regretful purchases. I don't regret purchasing at all, you know? Like, this is one of the things that I'm like so happy I bought. Okay, that's enough about that. And then this is one of my more recent purchases. It's not like buttoned up or anything, but it's this corset. I feel like these used to be very like trendy back in the day, and maybe they still are, I don't know. But I've wanted a like corset for so long because, again, I feel like I could make it work in my closet, and I feel like I could make so many more creative outfits if I had it. So I've been searching around and stuff. Same thing, found it on a secondhand website, bought it, and it was great. Anyway, wait, hold on. Do I have anything else to say about this? I don't think so. I'll put a couple screenshots of them, like what I paired them with, in a few instances on the screen. And then I'm gonna talk about just like things that I like in fashion. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with these, but like my personal takes on them. So one of the things that I like the most in fashion is like when something has a meaning behind it. And I don't just mean like an outfit. I mean like a piece of clothing or a piece of jewelry that like you got from someone special to you, or like you've had it since you were a kid or something like that. I feel like that just makes the item so much cooler, to know that it has like a sentimental meaning behind it. I think I was actually going to prepare an example for this, but I kind of forgot. So I guess my example is this bracelet with a bee on it. It's really not that crazy of a piece, but it's a matching one with my boyfriend, and then he has one that's similar with my initial on it. Again, it was really easy to make. I made it myself, and I made his too, and I wear it like literally every day. And I feel like even though it's such a simple thing to have like that meaning behind it, and there's other things like that too. Like I have some clothes that were like gifted to me by a friend, or like my grandma's clothes that I'm like, wow, you know, like these were given to me by a friend, so it like means more. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that thinks that, but that's okay. And then another thing that I really like, and I've talked about this a lot probably, is DIYing things. I'm a huge DIY fan. I feel like a lot of things you see on the internet and like fast fashion things, you can DIY them. It might take a little bit of time, but it's not that hard, and at least you're not supporting like fast fashion and you're just making it yourself. So when I think DIY, I'm thinking like making your own jewelry. I know sometimes that can be hard. The jewelry that I've made is like mostly simple stuff, like again, bracelets and stuff. I'll show more jewelry later, but like making accessories, altering clothes. When I say altering clothes, that can mean like if you get something from a thrift store and it doesn't quite fit you, if you like can sew and you know how to do that, you can make it fit you. And also like upcycling. I love upcycling. I mean, I guess that's kind of what I did with my tank top earlier, is because I didn't wear it a ton and it wasn't very interesting. I just did what I felt like to it and I wear it more. So I guess I'll show some examples. So this sweater, it's very simple, but I actually made this when I was like 11 or 12. But I cut like these holes in the sleeves and then put a bunch of safety pins. Again, it's fairly simple, but I feel like it's like slightly more interesting. I haven't worn it a lot yet because it's like still summer, but I really love this. Been in my wardrobe for a very long time. And then I guess another example of this, I made this not long ago. It's a shirt, and I put like this little sacred heart on it, and it says made in heaven. Because again, I didn't really wear this a lot, and I just thought that I'd wear it more if I like added something to it. And I don't wear it a ton, again, because in the summer, I don't really do a lot of layering because it's like really hot. And this is very sheer, so I usually wear something under it, which is why I haven't gotten around to wearing it a lot, but I will. So that's one example of that. And then I guess some like jewelry examples. I've made so many of these like little bracelets. I think like candy bracelets. But I have like these like blue and pink ones. This one that's pink and yellow and says swag on it. Funny story, I actually made basically the same bracelet for a friend a couple years back for her birthday, and I actually liked it so much I made myself one. I don't know if she knows that I have the same thing. We can just twin and it's fine. And then obviously the bracelets that I have on, this one, my little evil eye bracelet. And then this bracelet's also matching with my boyfriend, but I made that. This one, I don't remember where I got it. And then I've made a few necklaces too, and I can't show all the stuff I've DIY'd. That might be a different video. Like the steps I took to DIY it, why, blah, blah, blah. I made this evil eye necklace. I got this little evil eye charm from a shop near my house, and I just added like the string and stuff. Yeah, I just kind of wear that a lot. And then this one is really simple too. It's just a bunch of safety pins, but I feel like it really adds more edge to an outfit without like trying too hard. Not that trying hard is a bad thing, but like it's like a simple thing that I can just put on, you know? So that's my story of DIYs. Another thing that I like is, I guess speaking of DIYs, like doing your own nails, because I feel like that's really become a thing. Like, either getting your nails done or doing your own nails. I do my own nails. My nails are really short though. And they're also really simple because I just have my senior pictures taken. And so I didn't want to have like crazy nails for that. So, my nails are boring, but sometimes I do fun nails. I'll put some pictures of fun nails on here, but I think it's really cool. Like, again, the self-expression thing that's cool about fashion is it like kind of carries into other places too. Like, you can do fun nails, fun makeup. So I don't really do a ton of makeup because I just kind of get lazy. I don't know. But I really like fun eye makeup, like fun colors of eyeshadow and stuff. I really need to get back into doing that more. I just stay at my house most days, so I don't really have a reason to wear makeup. So I'll show some pictures of like some fun nails and some fun makeup. Yeah. And then my last thing that I want to talk about is personalizing things. And this can look a lot of ways. I guess the upcycling thing can kind of be included in this too, because it could be like something that you saw on Pinterest that you wanted to do, or something that you completely came up with yourself. And then I think the example that comes to mind is like bags. I feel like it's gotten a lot more popular to like put your pins on your bags and tie like cool things on there. I think my bag isn't that interesting, but like I said, I have pins on here with like stuff that I thought was cool and stuff that I like. And then obviously I'll put some pictures on here. And then my last thing is wearing clothes that resonate with you. I think I already touched on this a little, but when I say resonates with you, I also mean like sometimes merch too. Like if you really like something, like isn't it just so cool that you can like wear it and be like, yeah, I like this show or whatever. I think that's a great thing that happened. And sometimes that can be like DIY. I really need to get some Nana merch that I can like wear. because I love Nana. Yeah, that's kind of the end of the video. Again, I hope you guys have all been doing well. I hope this video wasn't too, like, boring. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Bye!